So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Moon Mercury conjunction in the 5th house of your chart. As in what happens when Moon and Mercury are conjunct in the 5th house of your horoscope. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where you will find not only my courses on astrology and nakshatras, but also my KRS vlogs, my uncensored vlogs. Okay, and I'm actually going to be uploading a video tomorrow on part 6 of showing horoscope matching. Well, it's not matching, it's like showing how do you look for sexual intimacy in a chart. So, 5th house, Moon and Mercury. Very, very interesting position. And remember, I'm saying this position without conjunction of any other planets. Okay. One thing you will see though, most of the time, I can't give you a percentage because I don't have that data with me. But a lot of times this can easily create a Saraswati yoga. Meaning, with Moon, Mercury being in the 5th, and most likely since Venus is very close to Sun and Mercury, it could be in the 5th or the 4th. And if let's say Jupiter is in Kendra or Trikon, or in the 11th or 2nd house, creates a Saraswati yoga, which is a yoga of a musician, a scholar, a writer, an author, somebody who kind of like dives into the philosophical knowledge of this world. But mainly what you will see, this is the person who becomes a child with a child. They love to not only have children, but they love to become a child in their life. They're especially you will see when Jupiter either impacts the ascendant or this conjunction, one can become a great comedian. One can become a great mimicker as an actor. And it also shows one has excellent quality to go into fields of management, go into the fields of marketing. Because for them, their heart becomes about how do I announce something new? How do I create some dynamic image of something? So in terms of marketing, marketer's job is to getting a product and wanting to present itself in a grand way. And of course, looking from a practical analysis, management, marketing, bookkeeping is seen from this. And of course, if Mars impacts, one can even go into sports, even sports medicine. But one strong fact you will see with this Mercury, especially if Mercury is retrograde, or even if Mercury, let's say, gets impacted with Saturn or Rahu, one could have children before marriage. One could have a stepchild, meaning you could marry somebody who may already have a child from a previous marriage or relationship, and when you marry them, that child becomes your stepchild. But you will see a very strong impact of it if Mercury is retrograde. And also shows one gains wealth through the mother and of the mother. Mother becomes very giving. And again, I'm not looking at anything, meaning other aspects or conjunction on this particular thing. Let's just maybe assume only the benefic planets are looking at it, in this conjunction. Yet, one of the other things you also see, these people, they don't think the first time they do this, unless after it has been done. They take on too much debt, especially related to education. Because it's that childlike chanchalta, whenever this conjunction is together, they become very innocent about, taking on debt for education and thinking that, I don't even know what's going to happen in 5-6 years. I could be a millionaire. I'll pay it off. And so this is where this person has to be very careful with that innocent mind. Not everything after adulthood can be treated as a game and a child's play, because at the end, you are then responsible for many things, but also a lot of romantic encounters. Because see, Mercury represents things which are many things. Like, for example, Mercury in the 4th house, one may be raised by multiple sources of people. Like I was raised by my mom and my aunt, and my grandpa was there and my uncle was there, and they mainly raised me. But here, one of the things you will see that these people will have multiplicity in terms of not only their education, where they can take on multiple degrees in their life, and of course shows multiple children in their life as well. And because of the fact Moon is there in the 5th house, shows multiple romantic encounters and romantic affairs. Especially if, Venus is in a okay position. It doesn't have to be in the best position, but shouldn't be the worst position either. Because in those particular dynamics, we see if those things are neutrally placed or just well placed, they just love being in a romantic scenario. Even when they're married, they want to have that romance always constantly come back in their life. But because 5th house is the house of education, usually communication, marketing, journalism, accounting takes place. Rarely I have seen like a scenario of somebody who wants to be an actor, unless, of course, we're looking at from the perspective of a certain ascendant, or if a certain planet is conjunct, impacted them, whether it's, let's say, Venus or Bhatrikarka. But most of the time, it's about the skills of wealth, money, and sustenance, because Moon is a significator of sustenance. It represents food, it represents nourishment, home. And Mercury is this planet of business, trade, communication. So this is where they do very well. Now, of course, if you get Rahu, then this person can also go into computer engineering. If Saturn also aspects this particular Mercury with Rahu, it can even represent aerospace. So there's many scenarios. I'm just giving a basic dial tone of, these two planets together. And one of the things you also see with this, you will have to help. If you have an elder sibling, you will be helping them financially at one point. They will need something from you. They will need your help. So for example, your elder sibling could be 26, was working, just lost a job. You're 18 years old. You're 20 years old. They're like, I got to pay rent. They're like, okay, I got some savings here, take this money. So those particular things will take place. Now, of course, there's other things also happens, but I tend to discuss them more in private. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Moon and Mercury in the 5th house of your birth chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of videos. If you want to know where your Moon, Mercury are placed along with all your astrological details, for that, check out the links here. And remember, tomorrow I'm going to be uploading the video on the 6th part on KRS vlogs related to love and intimacy and romance. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.